My name is Eugenio Bregolat. I was born in this city of La Seu 80 years ago, and I have spent 12 years of my life in China. I had the incredible privilege of being 3 times ambassador of Spain in China. But in fact, no, not 3 times ambassador in the same country, because China, in these 3 different occasions, they were 3 different countries. So enormous, so incredible was the change in China along these decades. My favorite city in China is Beijing. I love the old Beijing, so close to the depths of Chinese culture. I would take my bicycle and Sanli Tulu. I would go all the way by the workers' stadium down to Chang'an. Then from there, all the way to Tiananmen. From Tiananmen, I would go under the Arc of the Forbidden City, where Mao's portrait stands, to the gate of the Forbidden City, then turning left, and then moving through a very, very old hutong, a narrow street which was no more than 2 meters wide. You would go to the back door of the Forbidden City that is next to the Coal Hill. From there, you would follow to the bell tower. This today is impossible because of the cars, of course. But at the time, this was so nice, so rewarding. One of the things about living in China or Indonesia or these faraway places is that you realize that inevitably our culture is Eurocentric. We tend to look at the world through our own glasses and our own eyes because we only have our own eyes. Inevitably, we get into prejudices, we misunderstand many things. After living for a number of years in these distant countries, you realize that they have a different approach about life, about politics, about society. China, as everybody knows, is as ancient and more ancient than Rome. And it is like if Rome still existed today, to go to their house and to tell them how they should behave is a bit rash. Chinese sometimes talk about participatory democracy. For instance, the 5-year plan. One 5-year plan ends, and they start already working in the next 5-year plan. They ask universities, think tanks, cities, provinces, government departments, party departments. With all that, they make a sort of first draft, circulate the first draft. Everybody makes observations. Then they elaborate the second draft. And they try to consensuate to a large extent, and this is not well known or not at all known in the West. The Communist Party, to a large extent, is a consensus factory. I think that the last word about democracy in China has not been said. There they say, democracy is the best political system in the world. But there is not only the Western interpretation of democracy, there are other possible interpretations. We consider that our history, our political culture, our degree of economic and social development, all this has to be taken into account about the way we move towards democracy, which again, our interpretation of democracy itself and the goal itself is not the same that you do. And with the Chinese, we claim the right to decide when and how. We have to see Spain as a part of Europe. And then our political and geopolitical ideas about China are European ideas. They helped us very much. These are not only words, they helped us very much in the economic crisis starting in 2008. Chinese have been buying for many years Spanish debt in all the auctions, and they are the main owner of Spanish debt abroad. In the last few years, of course, with increase of diplomatic relations, more people traveling around. In the year before the virus, we had something like 900,000 Chinese in Spain. We can strengthen our cooperation in all fields. In the economic field, we are selling more, but we are buying much more. So economically, trade-wise, investment-wise, we can do much more. I think that we have to try, politically speaking, Spain and Europe, to keep close links to China. That's what Europe hopes, and I believe that this is the right way. It's necessary to keep doors and windows open. If we do not build bridges, we fall into the water. I would not change my life for anything. I am extremely happy of having had an opportunity to see the world changing before my eyes in China, and to my country for having allowed me to go 3 times to China so that I could see how things were so incredibly changing. So yes, I think that professionally speaking, I have been extremely lucky.